On the mist-haunted Isle of Kalendor, Meryda, a 40-year-old red dragon, woke. Clambering to the edge of the cave mouth, she looked across the boggy landscape. Her home was well protected, being high upon a cliff and surrounded by an impassable labyrinth of fens. Perfect day for flying, she thought. Taking a step forward, she plunged into the air. Meryda flew with the wind and swept down into a clearing in a nearby forest. Animals fled as her heavy bulk hit the ground in a not-so-graceful landing. Meryda grimaced. She was remembering her first flight a week ago. She had bolted from the cave and into the air. Remaining in the air for over an hour, she decided she wanted to land. Her first landing had been a complete embarrassment. Meryda flew back into the air and swooped down over a dell. The mist lifted to reveal a lone animal in the meadow grazing grass. Meryda dived downward upon the terrified animal. Meryda flew with her prey to a secluded eyrie and gorged herself on the tender flesh. This is how life should be, she thought. Everyone and everything helpless in my power. Suddenly, Meryda heard voices in the direction of the sea. Voices of men. Meryda recoiled in horror. She had heard of these two-legged striplings. Legend had it that they thrived on dragon's blood. Meryda thought of her cave with its treasures of gold and silver. If they find that, it's all over. I'm doomed. Then just as suddenly, new thoughts entered her scaly head. Wretches! How dare they come to my island? Murderers! Let them try to kill me. I'll show them I'm to be feared. Meryda spread her wings and took to the air in the direction of the sea. The Isle of Kalendor was small, and it wasn't long before she found what she was looking for. There they were. The wretches! The thieves! Faster and faster she flew toward the encampment by the sea. She heard the men's voices scream in terror as she breathed fire over their tents and smiled. Striplings! Cower before me! Swooping low, she grabbed men in her talons and shredded them before dashing their skulls on rocks as she dropped them. Her green eyes turned red in anger, and the red mist of battle frenzy overtook her. She was flying madly over the camp, killing all in her path. In her madness, she did not see a young man run into the nearby woods with his bow. Meryda heard the twang of a bow and swerved toward the sound. The shaft of the arrow hit her right wing, slicing through its tender membrane. Two more followed, and she fell to the ground. The men got to their feet, backing slowly away from the dragon. She heard the men warn each other of her fire. Her wings started to heal, but the arrows remained. Frantically, she tried to pull them out, but to no avail. It hurt! Meryda roared in pain as blood spurted down her wing. Her neck swerved as a man came near. Get away from me, murderer, she yelled. Out of the forest strode a young woman in full armor. Ha! She thinks she's safe from me? We'll see about that. Raising up from the ground, she flew straight at her, fire spewing from her jaws. The fire bounced off the armor harmlessly. What? Not dead? Well, then it's single combat. Meryda flew in at the man, intending to tear his head from his shoulder. Whoosh! Something long and hard pinioned Meryda in the neck. Meryda collapsed. A long lance protruded from her neck, and blood spurted from her mouth. The young woman towered over her and raised her sword to kill her. Come on, fool! Give it your best shot! We'll die together! As the sword descended, Meryda sprang up and snapped at the head of the young woman, breaking the bone of her neck. The sword fell and stabbed the young dragon in the neck. Meryda gasped and died. As she died, her dark blood pooled around the soldier's feet, and she died from its poison. And as the surviving men crowded around the bodies and skinned the hide of Meryda, an egg cracked in the cave, and the spawn of Meryda was born. called the Silly Dragon Dance Party. Go, Dragon!